Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the final word. Tottenham Hotspur 2, Everton 2. Last game of the season.
All done.
All done. All finished. Seemed like a good day, didn't it?
Seemed like a good day.
Seemed like an enjoyable day for all the Blues who went down there. This video is sponsored by OneFootball. OneFootball's app makes it easier to find all the latest scores, stats,
Final league tables,
and news all in one place. To download the OneFootball app, click the link in the description.
because then you can see all the placings where everyone finished.
It's important.
Good. It's important.
It's important.
Especially on the last day.
So I've been told it's very, very important.
Yeah.
Some say life-changing.
For some it is, you know. And congratulations to Manchester City for...
Oh, did they win it?
They won it.
Oh,
retained.
I wasn't really...
No, they just...
I'd more...
Yeah, well, we're focused.
Around that.
Yeah, of course.
Focus.
They won.
Stay in our lane.
Apparently they won it and
to be honest...
back-to-back leagues.
I'm looking for me teeth.
Yeah.
To be honest, yesterday...
I mean, you'll be surprised because that's
It's coffee.
But,
yesterday I was... I was more looking... to see the Leicester-Chelsea game.
Well, yeah, you
Because
were worried about that.
To see Leicester go
Leicester.
bubbles.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So,
Yeah. Well, you know, you would be. Because that would have
couple million quid.
3 million, that's
If
a
we'd
lot.
gone down a place.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So...
I mean, we could save that just literally by getting rid of some of the players that don't play for us, but are on
quite a lot of
our
No,
contract.
but it all adds up, doesn't it?
It adds up.
You know what I mean? It all adds up. It
up.
all goes towards the big shot.
So we finished off Leicester by a point, didn't we? So probably that point in, suppose the point in March, last time we dropped points at home, and we did throw 2 points away.
When was the last time we dropped points at home?
It was Liverpool at home, and that day we threw 2 points away. It was there we should have won the game. So it was quite a significant day, really.
It does feel like that was a significant day at us dropping points, because if we hadn't dropped those points, we could have, you know...
Could have caught Wolves on the last day. But there you go. But into this one, yeah.
Which meant, you know, if we hadn't dropped those points against Liverpool, then, you know, in this game we took all 3 points, then it could have been us. It could have been us in that 7th place, hoping that Man City would win a trophy. Because, you know, you never want to see anyone else win anything, but in that game there'd be a reason for Man City for wanting to see
get us into Europe.
Get us into Europe. So,
but it
didn't work out like that.
So that Darwin 0-0 draw was the way it was.
That was the end of our Europe, really. Effectively. That game has proved since it had a lot more on it. So there you go. Tottenham. Big opportunity considering the players they've had out and the week they've had.
Still had it when you looked at. Listen, it wasn't their strongest team in the final third because they didn't have Kane or Son, who were obviously 2 great players, but still had a good side. When you looked out, they still had a decent side out, didn't he? You know, obviously they were missing Tongan, Sanchez, and they were missing Kane and Son, weren't they? Were their main players. So, you know, but but we had, then again, you'd argue that we had our 3 of our better players missing. Certainly 2 who were in the team every week, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin's forced his way in and is our main striker now. So we were without Coleman, you know, Richarlison, one of our top
and especially when you change the whole of a side as well.
The whole right side
it makes it a lot more pivotal, doesn't it? You know, when you're looking at how you attack, and if you are using both flanks and then one isn't the same, that's going to mean the other side is going to become less effective because you're going to use it more, and the opposition are going to lay in faster how to stop that attack, I would imagine. So, we obviously Mina come into the side, which was a bit of a surprise. You know, especially
should it have been a surprise though, because I know we just went, John's over the place, James Coleman, but he's been looking for the opportunity to give Yerry Mina a go, hasn't he?
I appreciate that, but I just think for a team that works properly, or a squad that works properly, yesterday you just bring in your replacement right back. That's, for me, that's the way it should be. It shouldn't. You shouldn't be ripping up what we're... I know, listen, it was last game of the season and he was just giving him a chance to play. You know, he's got the Copa America coming up and things like that. He was giving him a chance to play. and fair enough.
But I wasn't greatly surprised.
But in a typical game, I don't think that should happen. I think you should try and keep the status quo as much as possible.
But he's done that before, hasn't he? You know, Zuma.
But he's gone to 3 when he's done that, and he didn't really...
Well, at Newcastle he didn't, did he? At Newcastle, Zuma went to right back.
Yeah.
Didn't work. No, but I'm saying in the game, within the game. But don't forget, this week, we were at Finch Farm on Wednesday and Seamus wasn't training when we were watching them train, so we knew that it was going to be touch.
No, I know, but that's why... But what would you rather have? Would you rather see one of your centre-backs come in and break up a partnership that's worked and put someone over to right back?
All right, let me throw this at you then, the other side of it. The kid who moved to right back, we don't know, and the chances of us keeping him...
Well, no, I know. I said
a 50-50, so... Yerry Mina is our centre-back and he's not played a lot. So that could be the centre-back pairing next season.
But think about what you've just said as well. We put a lad at right-back who doesn't play for us and he's a centre-back and we stopped our own right-back from playing. So he
obviously...
No, I know. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. The bigger picture is that we need a new right-back.
Well, we know that.
I know, but I know. I'm just confirming that.
We know that, don't we? And I think Sunday confirmed it. That he doesn't think John Joe's ready. Now, John Joe might be ready in 12 more months. I don't know. He might never be ready. We don't know. The lad was done, I thought, last season. I thought he'd done okay when he come in. I think this season, he's had a couple of decent games, but other games he's looked exposed. Newcastle away was horrendous. But he was thrown in at 10-3. So there's a lot of reasons for that. But... I don't think Mark.
But I also thought, though, by playing that back 4, was him saying that he didn't want to lose the game as either. Though I really did see that. You know, I'm not messing about. I'm not putting kids on the bench or in the team. And I don't want to lose this game. I want to finish the season unbeaten,
strongly.
You know, strong against the top 6. Again, a message to the top 5, top 6. That. I want to show that Everton have got some strength. And I suppose he did that as well. I mean, didn't quite work out like that in terms of the way we defended early on. But, again, that's a symptom of bringing Mina in. It's like he needs 20 minutes more than everybody else. So I don't know where you should get him warming up early or something. Because every time he plays, he's always seems to have been out for a little bit. He needs that little bit longer to get into a game because of rustiness.
They haven't played a game for a month, has he, or longer? In fact, longer than a month for us. So, you know, that it's unsurprising that a lad who's still adjusting to English football, I suppose, he's had such a fit, start and fit. It's that come here and was injured and was in the team, then he was out the team, and he got back in, he got injured, was out the team, get back in, gets injured, he's back out. So that's how his season's gone. So it's no surprise that he's going to come into the side and look off the pace. Listen, Cenk Tosun looked totally off the pace.
No, I know we did.
And he's not been injured. And Theo was I thought he was pretty poor as well. Certainly in that first 45, he looked way off it. The chances he had a couple of hard chances and just wasn't sharp. So it's difficult when you're not in the team and you get back in the team. It is what it is. But, Mina did look, the opening 20 minutes, he looked a little bit uncomfortable, but I thought after that, he recovered well, and then
he did effectively what he did against Chelsea, where in the Chelsea game we got through that little spell. In this game we didn't. They got an early corner, which I honestly didn't understand why Mina headed it out, but you've said to me that it took a nick off Dean's shoulder, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway. No. But then even that, that's by the corner itself is poor. Zuma misses, I think, the first header. Mina goes for the second header, almost gets under it, and then it sort of falls. It sort of rebounds off him, and then falls into Dyer. Well,
it was Rambo. It hits Dyer on the hand, and next season it'd be disallowed because it's caught his hand. And it's dropped to him and he smashed it in. Finished it well, but he was on his own with the keeper, wasn't he? So we should have scored. But yeah, we could have done. We probably could have done a little bit better off the corner. We've been quite strong off set pieces, and to be fair, every other corner we defended quite well. So it was just a case of was it just because it was so early in the game? I don't know, but they had a little bit of good fortune, it's ended up on the back of the net. But I always think things like that refocus you when you give a goal away like that, because I think that's something that obviously the manager will look at. We know he does. So again, it's like right back on it. We've been very good off set pieces. Look at the last time we played though. This is what I'm talking in pre-season when we start again. It's something for them to get the
I must admit, when they scored that early goal, I was a bit fearful that it might end up, a 2-3-0 because because I looked at the body language of some of the players and it was just like, got another 87 minutes of this. And
I really, for the first, I don't know whether it was because there was nothing on it, for the first time just thought, we'll get on with this. The only other, just after it when Keane got caught with the ball and we didn't defend that properly, I thought we looked sloppy. But then after that, I thought Schneiderlin got into the game.
I just thought that I just looked at some of the players and the body language was almost like, this is going to be a long day. But then as they stopped attacking, or had limited opportunities to attack, I think, and players just started getting on the ball. You could see players starting to enjoy it and starting to see where the spaces were. And we started to move the ball really, really well.
It's the left, wasn't it? Our left-hand side.
But that's what I'm saying. The right again, we had nothing down the right as such. Sigurdsson, we had to play differently because obviously no Dominic Calvert-Lewin, so it wasn't not put into Cenk Tosun the same way. So a lot more was going through Sigurdsson a lot more. I thought, and I thought he played quite well. He had to stick to him, and then he had to move it on, whether it be Walcott going one side or Bernard was picking up a little bit. Well, it was a bit more normal on the left hand side, but I thought Sigurdsson had to be a little bit more on it, and I don't know whether that stopped Garner having the influence he normally does on a game, just because of we did play it differently. Yeah. But we started carving openings out.
We carved them out. I mean, everyone knows how much I love Bernard. I don't think Bernard had a particularly very good game, but he always creates it. He's always a threat, isn't he? Because he can jink past people, and I think obviously Luca Dean was, he had a decent game as well. But just because we didn't have Dominic Calvert-Lewin making the runs and we didn't have Richarlison, we'd lost something in that final third. Theo, like I said, Tosun, not his fault, just wasn't at the pace of the game, and Walcott just doesn't. I don't know. It's the way he plays isn't what we used to.
He's a very singular player. He doesn't. The things he doesn't look for other players to be off him. He doesn't play 1-2s. Players don't typically run past him. Certainly, K2 wasn't going to run past them. So he's a very singular player. So you've got the opportunities to find him or put him into space and things like that. I don't know, it's difficult when you've been playing in a certain pattern as well. And to open that up to other players. The whole right-hand side and your centre-forward that has effectively allowed the rest of the team to play in this style. I mean, we say it every week. No matter whatever anyone thinks of Dominic Calvert-Lewin, he opens up the pitch for other players to play. That's what he's been doing.
But what I would say about Tosun was, when we did get into the areas, he was in the right places.
But that's him.
I mean, he had one, he tried to flick and he should have really gone for it. He miskicked another. He held one up brilliantly for Walcott, and Walcott slide shot, which he should have, he's lost his foot almost, and he should have been, ready to hit it. There was one in the first half, towards the end of the half, we made a great little move and it went to Walcott, and he, instead of attacking the space, he checks back all the time, and you're like, your best outlet is just running after the ball because you're quick. Get into the box, but they can't lay a finger on you, and he doesn't. He goes and stops and comes back inside, and it felt a little bit like that in the first half. Bernard thought he hit the post, but Lloris gets a hand on it, didn't he? It was a good save. And we had Michael Keane had a couple of headers off set pieces.
One really good header that he should have done better. Great delivery from Sigurdsson. It was. And he's got a free header and effectively inside.
It was straight at the keeper, wasn't it? If he'd have headed either side, I think.
And the other one, it's got all the pace on it. And if he gets good connection, he's just not very good in the air when it comes to directing headers.
He's good defensively. He's not. He should be better. The size of him, when he gets up, he should be scoring 5, 6, 7s for the size of him.
He wins a lot.
But I think once Dele Alli had that shot that went over, they didn't really do anything after. I think Everton shut them down. I think Morgan Schneiderlin done well. I think Garner, them two, in terms of defensively, done well. I know what you're saying about Garner. Going forward, he couldn't really get into the game.
Yeah.
Hence why the manager took him off in the second half. But what I did think was good about Everton was the fact that we conceded that goal so early. We didn't let our heads drop, and we still continued to try to attack them. And we finished the first half with 10 attempts at goal. Away from home against Spurs. So, and I know they'd had a big effort on Wednesday night, and they had a few players out. But so what? We had a few players out. We still got to go and perform, and I thought we did okay. So at half time, we're 1-0 down. I was thinking we can still win this game, because I wasn't worried about anything they had. I was thinking we just got to take a bit more care. I think if we had, I know it's easy to say after the game, they could say exactly the same. If they'd have had Kane and Son, but if we'd have had Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin, I think we win that game. I really do. I think we win that game comfortably. But they could, like I said, they could probably say the same with Kane and Son on the side. That they'd have been more dangerous. But we got in 1-0, and I thought we were okay.
Yeah, I think it's more the attitude, isn't it? The players, and to play, go to what looks like an absolutely fantastic ground, and you're playing against good players and the team who have finished in the top 4, and so you're playing. I think the best thing is we're playing the way we want to play. We're not being necessarily dictated to by anyone else.
Yeah,
and I think
that's a big thing, isn't it?
I think that is a big thing. It's that's a belief in and it doesn't matter who you're playing or at what time you're playing them. In terms of in the season, if you play the football and you believe in it, and you've got a little bit of a patience to you, that's the only thing that's going to get you up the league.
Yeah.
Because you can play effective football, but it's only going to get you so far. And this is something, you go back 12 months, we'd be coming off the feet to West Ham away, and we're all looking at it, and we're all a little bit miserable.
Depressed. Well, we were waiting for the
announcements.
Yeah,
but
weren't we?
Now, at least, you look at it now and say, you know what, the players, the way the manager wants them to play, they seem to enjoy, they seem to understand. If new players came into this team, I think they'd adapt to it. And obviously there'd be less players to adapt to it as well. So from that point of view, I think we all feel like this could be the beginning of something. I know other teams in the Premier League will feel exactly the same after their seasons. Wolves and Leicester, certainly the two that will are positioned sort of in the same place. But what can you can't worry about other teams. You can only worry about yourself getting better. You can't worry about other teams getting better. You can only worry about yourselves getting better, and obviously bringing in the right people.
I don't worry about Wolves or Leicester, to be honest. I think both Wolves have been fantastic this season, but if they at their peak, who knows? We won't know, will we? If they bide really well in the summer, then they might bid it. But like you say, we only have to play them twice a season. You can only worry about yourselves, and
that's it. You can only worry about what you're watching.
We're talking about evidence here, what we're seeing, and since that Watford game, our trajectory's been that again. So
I mean, second half we come out and it was pretty much a lot of the same, wasn't it? There was Tottenham very rarely made Jordan Pickford make a save. No. And it was a game that was probably just piecing out a little bit, and obviously we decided to make a couple of subs.
We surprised he took Garner off at the time, because it was about 55 minutes, wasn't it, when he took him off?
He went for a bit more attack. I was probably surprised he took Bernardo.
I thought Walcott took off.
But I think the fact that maybe he just thought he'd seen that Spurs where the midfielders weren't really tracking back, and if we could go through them at pace, it might change it up a little bit, and rather than going outside, come inside. And that's what Lookman can do.
I thought Lookman played very well.
Walcott's direct anyway, so maybe he was looking for that more. Maybe he thought, well, in the last 15-20 minutes, having a more direct style against tired and legs would be better than you know, players with a little bit more tricky that can hold. Certainly going on the outside, you know what I mean? And it did work. You know, you seen Lookman get the ball, come inside, start the attack for Walcott's goal, and Walcott gets inside.
Sigurdsson holds it up brilliantly.
He does look like he sort of slips when he takes the shot, but it
he
ends up
does.
in the corner.
Stays in the corner, doesn't he? Sigurdsson, I thought was going to hit it. Yeah, it looked like he was just going to whack it at your box, and then he just edge it box, and then he just rolled it into Walcott. And he does well, goes on the outside, cuts back in, and he slips, but he steers it beyond the reach, and the crowd went ballistic, didn't he? You know, it was great, and you just thought, we deserved that.
Yeah.
You know, they were pegged right back. They couldn't have any complaints. They couldn't get out their own half at one stage, so. You know, substitutions worked, and obviously Gomez in there just being able to put a foot on the ball, give them a problem going the other way. But I mean, he wasn't as influential as he has been at all. You could tell he hadn't played for a few weeks either. He looked a bit like he wasn't up to pace. But we then breaking, you know, straight away. Luca Dean coming down the left, puts a lovely cross in, which is dealt with a bit weirdly by Wanyama, looked like his arm. But because there was Totems in there, wasn't he? And from that resulting corner, Michael Keane does exactly what you say he should be doing. Get up, good header. Lloris makes a really good save. And where I don't think Dominic Calvert-Lewin would have been, Cenk Tosun was. Lookman pokes it goalwards, and Tosun scrappily puts it in. It's way over the line, isn't it? It doesn't even need the referee's watch. But great, poaching by Cenk Tosun, and that's what you want, don't you?
Well, that's the difference, isn't it? You are right. Dom would be more likely to be going for the header, which is probably what he should be doing. And we've seen in the last few weeks we've benefited massively from him winning the headers. You know, goal against Chelsea, goal against Man United, goal against Arsenal, have all come from his headers. So that's it. But that's the difference, isn't it? Cenk is that type of player. Unfortunately, you know, we need a player who's got a bit of both. That's the ultimate, isn't it? If you're going to play one up front, you need a player. Do you
think there's any way we could play with two of them? No, not with him. No. So essentially, he's done, isn't he?
Well, he's done in terms of that style. It just depends if the manager wants to have another style as well, and the player is willing to sit around, because he doesn't do enough, and that's limited by. You know, the ground he can cover, and we've had this conversation loads of times. It's just...
It was great to see him score, though. I was made up for him because...
it wasn't the winner.
I know. I was just made up for him because he has had to bide his time, and he always looks like he wants to do well, and he comes... And he works hard. I'd never say, he doesn't put him... He does work hard. It's just that he's not as effective as Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He's not quick enough.
He's not mobile enough.
And the Premier League is fast, isn't it? It's about pace.
But also, though, if you're him, he reminds me. I think he reminds me a little of when Jelic, when it clicked. Like, you can imagine him going on a little glut of gold. Everything clicked. But does that make him a good all-round striker, or is he just in good form? We've seen that, you know what I mean, if he did. And that's the problem, isn't it? He could score a glut of goals for somebody. You can imagine that, where everything he touches just seems... Because at the moment, everything he touches just seems to be bouncing here, there and everywhere in the last few weeks. And that's probably lack of games. But if he did play games, a run of games, I imagine he probably would get himself a few goals, but...
I think he knows where the net is. I don't think there's any question about that. I think he's got that knacker getting into the right areas.
But his problem is that he's not been taking those chances when he's been given the chance. And as a manager, you've got to look at that. What are you bringing to the team? And if you're not bringing goals, what are you bringing? The manager can look at Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and we've just reeled off, a few goals there where Dom's affected that. Dom is the manager's asked for something. Someone big and strong in the box to affect the game, someone to hold the play up, someone to get us playing. That's what Dom does, and that's where the manager says, well, for every time he holds the ball up, if he scores or he scores or he scores or he scores, then he's doing his job. But it doesn't quite work the same with Tosun. Because I've just seen his link up play yesterday was non-existent.
There was a couple of times.
One he put Bernard through, which Bernard should have done better.
Scored. Oh God, he should have scored
in
the second half.
Yeah,
should have scored. There's literally no question about that. I love Bernard, but that
has
got to be
picked up. The target.
Got to be. He should have scored, mate. Lloris was rooted. He just hits that straight, he scores. But that's what he's got to work on this summer, this pre-season. Get sharp,
absolutely.
Get fit, start scoring some goals. But you're right about Toast. I think, listen, it's probably what we spoke about last week or the week before, is that it's time for, if you're going to get better and better, it's time for ruthless decisions, isn't it? And as good as it is to have an international centre forward on your bench who might get you a goal, if he's not affecting the play when he's playing, and he isn't, then the manager does have a call to make and say, well, all right, I'm paying him good wages. You know, he's not on the highest wages, but I'm paying him decent wages. I'm not using him because I don't think he can give me what I need. Maybe if we're chasing a goal with 15 minutes left, or the game's 3-0, and I can put him on for 10 minutes. Yeah. And do we need a bench like that? I think we need a bench where you look and go, I've got 6 lads here, and every one of them can bring something to the table the minute they come on. So if I've got a centre forward, I know he's going to come on and give us essentially what Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
Look at the top 6. Man United, they've got Lukaku, Rashford, Martial as their 3 strikers.
Greenwood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arsenal have got Aubameyang, who's joint top Premier League goal scorer. And they've got Lacazette,
who's not that far behind.
You know, Tottenham have got Kane and Son. Dele Alli chips in as well. And Llorente scored. Is an effective striker.
Yeah.
You know, Chelsea have got, you know, these are not as effective, and you can see that.
Well, the kid who scored 2 again yesterday, got 6 in 9 starts for Palace, might be going back there.
So you've got Higuain, and you've got Giroud, and then look, I mean, the top 2, they've got them to spare. But that's the point, isn't it?
Liverpool's just dead weird, isn't it? The way they've done how they've built that team, because neither of those were prolific strikers.
No.
Mane wasn't prolific. Yeah. You know, he scored goals. He scored goals for Southampton.
He got 20 each, didn't he, in the end?
Yeah, he's got 25 in all competitions. So if you've got 22 league goals each, the pair of them. So if you've got, and Mo Salah come in, he was a wide striker, but people have said he'd got 60 goals in 2 seasons or something, or whatever it is. I don't think so. So he's, you know, they've somehow been able to sharpen these players up. Now, I look at Richarlison and think we can do that. He could quite easily get 20 next season, Richarlison, in my opinion. Because I think for a bit of the season he was.
But I think that's the way they play, and that's where you look at.
But isn't that how we're trying to play?
No, and that's where Cenk Tosun doesn't fit in, because I think Liverpool's second goal yesterday.
And it was offside.
Yeah, I mean, they were offside, fair enough, but
no.
But Salah and Mane were both in the box.
Yeah, ready
so
to go.
They've both come central because they know the cross is coming in.
Yeah.
And the way Liverpool obviously plays, the full-backs go forward, midfield all tucks in. It's a solid unit, and it's not as creative as maybe other teams, but it's effective. The striker sometimes drops off and becomes the link, and then it almost becomes like a 4-3-1-2 almost at times. But that's because their wingers are always going like that, always. And you see that from Richarlison. Right, you don't see it as much from Bernard. He's not. But that's where, if you're looking at the top sides, that's what they do really effectively.
Well, I think you're right, and
also the wingers help. The further the wingers push up, the further it goes like that.
But you've seen Richarlison taking great positions up in the box when that happens, because what he does is, if he's in, he comes inside and it goes out to Coleman. He wants to get in the box and affect the play. But I think that shows though that even with top sides, that central player has to drop in and mightn't be as effective. You know, they have to become more effective, of course they do. But they add to the whole round play of getting the ball, holding the ball, and then moving it wide. But if Bernard's going to be our left-hand side, which he absolutely should be, then our centre-forward has to get goals, because Bernard's not going to get as many goals as he should but hopefully he will create and be the creator, if you know what I mean. So therefore our centre forward has to get in those areas, and that's a criticism of Dom, because he doesn't get in the area. Tosin does, but then he doesn't do what Dom does. And so for me, what the challenge is, and the gauntlet down to Marco Silva and to Marcel Brands this summer, is when we're making changes, it's almost like for like. So if Dominic Calvert-Lewin's out, the kid who's coming in off the bench does the same role as Dom, can do exactly the same. Same with Richarlison's out.
But Bernard has to get more goals as well, because...
No, he does have to, absolutely.
Because you look at, again, if you're looking at the best, then you look at City, and you look at how many goals Bernardo Silva's got, and how many goals Sterling's got. And obviously, and obviously, I mean, Guerrero will score for fun. But they're the top, but Bernardo Silva has scored, and Sterling, okay, they might be different to how Liverpool did it. But again, they're getting in, you know, if it comes from the right, Bernard's got to be in there, getting those tap-ins like he got against West Ham.
Well, he almost, I mean, the Liverpool game, he should have scored.
He should have 6, 7, 8 goals like that. Yeah. You know, if the centre-forward gets the ball, like Tosin did yesterday, and knocks it into him, you look at the full-back, who's watching it all, doesn't see him run past him. No. He's got to be scoring those goals. And they're the extra, you know, if he gets an extra 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 goals a season, and the centre forward's chipping in with another 6, 7, 8 goals a season, that's your gap.
It is.
That's your gap getting closed all the time. And that's where you're right, where you've got to make those ruthless decisions. It's about everyone just chipping in with a little bit more, an extra 5-10%, and if you do that, that's what closes the gap.
And your centre backs, you know,
yeah, of course.
So that's where it's come. But you know, we got in front, and it was good to see, because we off that corner we looked like a powerful team. You know, they're all big Spurs. They just couldn't defend it. Great header. You know, we were lively in the box, and we're winning 2-1, and you're thinking, all right, let's go again. You know, we're doing it, but we give such a cheap goal away straight away. I mean, the goal itself, it's a great free kick, don't get me wrong, but Gomez just tracking Lamela. There's no reason to stick a leg out. He's running into a blind alley. He's running at Mina and Keane, who are in front of him. So if he dances through them, fair, but he doesn't. He sticks a lazy leg out and goes down. The referee can't wait to give it, and you're like, just unnecessary, you know, sloppy. And then from the goal, Pickford takes a step to his right and can't get back. I mean, just on that, why isn't he trusting his wall?
I think it's poor goal.
I mean, Eriksen's brilliant, don't get me wrong, but if he sticks that top corner, you go, not much you can do.
You know, your wall is there to protect one side of the goal. You either use it or you don't. You know, I've no wall and let's see what he does. If that's what you're going to do, you know what I mean? Have no wall and see what he does. It's poor goalkeeping, because he chooses to, like you said, he chooses to take a very central position, and then he takes a step, just a slight step, because when he takes, listen, I'm no goalkeeping expert, but I know once you take that step one way, it's very hard to shift all your weight the other way, because you know, good goalkeeping is all about good feet movement. If you've got fast feet, then you can get yourself yourself across. It's getting a couple of steps and then getting the spring and getting down. That's what it is, and he doesn't, because he's leaning the other way. So he's got to shift everything, move his feet, and for a player like Eriksen, that's all it takes. And Eriksen will be looking at that and working out all those factors as well. It's almost a battle of minds when you're that good at taking free kicks.
But you're trying to catch him out, aren't you? So he's thinking, I'm going to go over the wall, and I'm just going to put it back in that corner.
But if he goes over,
Pickford's thinking he might go over the wall.
But if we've got players in that wall who are all 6 foot, then if you put it over that wall and you hit the top corner, you say, you hold your hands up and go, that was an amazing free kick. That's all you can do. But that just felt like a cheap goal to concede. It felt really cheap.
Especially coming, what was it, 80 seconds or something after, or whatever it was.
We get through that 5 minutes and then Spurs are like,
mate, we'd have won the game.
And we win the game.
They offered nothing after that. It was a great free kick. You know, he hit it well.
I don't think it is a good free kick, though.
No, but I think if you put it there, though, it's a good. He's hit it well, to be fair.
He probably does that every day in training. 20 times.
Probably, but and that shows you it's a good skill, isn't it? We had a free kick edge of the box. Luka Dean at the wall. So, in the first half. So, it was poor goal. Not poor, but he made a mistake, Pickford, and
I thought it was poor goal.
He's got to do better than that. And he has been. That's just...
No, I know, he has, but it's like anything else. You can say Gomez had a good game, but then he made a mistake. It's the same with the goalkeeper. I thought he had a good game, but he made a mistake, and I just thought it was poor. He should trust his wall. He should be able to set up his wall and say, right, that's your side. If it comes over, you make sure it does.
But you have Mina and Keane and that in the wall.
All of them in there.
So if you're going over that... We could have had
Mina, Keane, Snidlin,
and
Zuma and Gomez in that wall if we wanted to. And if you beat that, well done to you, sir. Well done to you.
Yeah.
Well done to you. If you can get it up and down in that much space, then well done to you. But you're the goalkeeper. Tell the people you won in that wall. Have it all sorted before the game. You know who's going to be taking the free kicks.
Yeah, it's no surprise.
You go through these scenarios and he's like, no, it's poor. I'm sorry, it's poor.
It's frustrating because we need, like I say, we got ourselves in front. But we still, went at them. We still tried to win the game. Okay. It petered out a little bit. We didn't really have any other real opportunities to win it. But we ended up with a decent point. Like I said, I thought Luckman did well when he come on. Showed some nice flashes of what he's all about. He can shift the ball right to left, can't he? But you can see the areas that we need extra options in, and centre forward is one, and obviously on the right hand side as well. I thought Snidlin done all right. I thought he had a decent game. But it's hard, isn't it? Because we've been on a good run. It's the final day of the season. We've gone away to a top 6 side, top 4 side.
If you take it as a collective, we've played all the top 6 in 2019. Only lost to one of them. We took we got 3 wins and 2 draws off all the others. So from that point of view, it's been a good run. You can start to see a team come together. The big question now will be, of course, how many of those players will still be at Goodison next season?
Yeah.
With a couple of loans that could easily not be playing, and obviously question marks over Garner as well. So there's.
Well, according to the Sunday papers, we've got no one.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it?
Dean's getting swapped for Danny Rose, and Richarlison's going to PSG, and Pickford's going to United, or so
that's what we're going to do. We're going to sell everybody.
Interesting.
That's what we're going to do. Yeah. No, but in terms of you've got 3 players.
Well,
there.
The reality, yeah.
You've got 3 players there that could easily leave the club, because 2 of them we don't own, and 1 we sort of said leave it till the end of the season. So it's up to us to make sure we've got players coming in. And
I'm sure. Listen, I think I'd have been really worried a year ago. I'd have been terrified 2 years ago. When these scenarios present themselves, but you just got to look and go, well, the fella in charge of the process knows the job and has been planning for the job. And it's not like, if Garner goes, it's not like he's dropping it on us today, is it? No. We've known, so they'll have had a conversation in January. Garner's been different class, by the way, since his move didn't happen. He's got on with it and been brilliant, and I think, for the manager, he'll want him to stay in it. It's about sitting with him and saying, listen,
he said about,
you can see what we'd want to do.
He said about Gomez, didn't he? He said Gomez has not really told them anything.
What did you make of all that Tottenham stuff on Friday? The deals agreed and terms are agreed.
But it was good timing, wasn't
it? Yeah.
I don't know. We've seen how Barcelona want to play the game. I mean, I think there's actually papers closer to Barcelona that haven't said anything about it. No. The source was, what was it, Sport over there. I mean, if it's anything like our Sport, then no, listen, I don't know. The manager doesn't seem to know either, which is because he said that it's all down to the play.
And apparently he said they're already talking anyway about the permanent deal, aren't they? And they have been for him.
I've always thought personally that it's up in the air. I'm not convinced, by any footballer, no matter what they do, no matter what they say. You know, they'll sit down themselves when the season's finished, and everything's all that other stuff is gone, and they'll make a decision, and they'll make the decision what's best for them. They won't make it for anyone else. You know, I think the most annoying thing about Gomez is if he doesn't sign, and he has you know, got involved with so much at the club, it makes it harder for other people. If he just played football week in, week out, then as a fan, you just go, did all right for us. He's chose to go path, you know, another path. But when people see a player who has got involved in so much, it makes it a little bit harder for people, I think, to you know, let them go.
I'd be surprised. I would still be, listen, like you just said, footballers, you wouldn't believe a word they said, because they've got so many influences from outside. But I'd still be very surprised if he didn't stay, for the simple reason that it just doesn't seem to fit what his character is. His character's about wanting to... listen, football reasons, Tottenham, they could be European champions in a few weeks. So I understand that, and I understand the stadium, and I understand the Champions League football. So from a playing aspect, I you know, wouldn't surprise me, because I go, well, look what he's got to offer. You know, if he went to Wolves over us, then you'd be like, what the But even saying all that, knowing he's had the big move, knowing exactly what he said, all right, he has invested in the club with all, even last week, going to the shop, and he was you Evertonians are fantastic. He was tweeting last night and on his Instagram and all that. I'd still be a bit surprised if he didn't come to us.
I wouldn't at all. And I think the fact that it's
that's
actually,
fair enough.
I think actually being Spurs makes it I think because they're such a similar club to us, and I don't think they have the expectations of a big club. That could be the reason it got over the line. But we'll wait and see. Whatever happens. I think we're
less likely to sign Zuma, to be honest.
I'm sure because he's on loan, the club have made provisions for other choices, because he isn't our player. So Zuma, you don't know. Again, you don't know. He might want to test himself out.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'd be more, if someone said to me Zuma, like if he chose a different, it wouldn't surprise me.
What I would say is, in terms of after the game, in terms of what it looked like from body language, didn't seem like anyone was saying their goodbyes or anything. So, which is normally. And normally, again, once that final game's gone, it's like, see you now, or what, you know. We'll wait and see. Players, I hope that all three players, and again, you mentioned there Zuma, it's nothing really to do with us, but I hope all three players just go away and make a decision. Do you know what I mean? Like, just go and have a holiday and make a decision.
I hope it's made quickly.
Well, that was the thing. Like, you want someone like Gomez signed while the season's on, while he's still at the club and he's engaging with people every day and he's almost got to look people in the eye. But when they go away from the club and you give them a month and they're not involved in the club and they're not, you know, Andre Gomez isn't an Everton player. You know, he isn't an Everton player now. He's back to being a Barcelona player. So once all that once that goes away and all that's forgotten, then maybe people just have to keep up on him on the social media. Just like, you doing? You had a nice day, you know. We'll wait and see.
Well, I was looking at Los Calso from Betis, who we were very strongly linked with, and he can run all day. Got a great left foot. Scores goals from midfield.
There are lots of other players out there, but you've got to, you know, you've got to, when you've got something and you're already attached to it. But that's football. You know
I think it's probably easier to replace Gomez than it will be to replace Garner. Because of the job that Garner does.
But what I would say with Garner, though, sometimes as a fan you find it very hard to let players go. But we said this loads of times. He's 30. You're looking to give him. If he stays, he'd be saying, "Well, if I'm staying, I want a new big fat contract."
Yeah.
And that's where their club might go. You know, actually, you know what? And this is what Brand's job is. If someone comes in for 40 million, we don't need to give you that big fat contract, and I can go and get this 23-year-old who's ripping it up, who's got everything you've got. All right, he might take a few months to adjust, but he's got everything you've got, and we'll get more longevity out of him. Then that's the decision they've got to make.
But that's what good football clubs do. Good football clubs don't. Because hang on, let's just.
I remember when Arsenal sold Vieira, and everyone was like, "Oh, yeah," and They got good money for the time, and really, he only had like 2 years left. And they thought, well, the money we're getting for him, we can replace him pretty much straight away. All right, they never replaced him, but they never replaced him. But the point being, within 2 years, he would have needed replacing anyway.
Yeah.
And that's the way you've got to think about it when it comes to these things. Is that if a player's getting to a point in his career where you need to start replacing him, some clubs will just go, you know what? Even the top clubs do it. They're the best ones at it. Actually, they know when it is that time to say goodbye to somebody. But look at someone like, Atletico Madrid now. So Golden's just left them and he's going to Inter Milan. He's going to get an absolutely amazing deal in Inter Milan. But he's 30. Would Madrid offer him the same? No, they wouldn't, because he's 30. So, and they'll be like, well, we've got the next one. So,
well, that's what you, as a football club, that's what you do. You have to look and go, we're trading up.
Yeah.
All right, you're 30, but like you just said, there's this kid who's 22, and that's the way it is. And the reality is, if all our players are that good anyway, shouldn't we be in the top four? Because that's where
I know that's the weird thing, isn't it?
That's what you're trying to do.
No one's talking about taking any of the Wolves players, are they?
No.
That's what I find quite weird. It's like, it's all about our players, and I know because a couple of them are on loan and stuff, but no one's looking at Wolves and going, well, we're taking him. I don't know. I find that very strange, but that's just the way it is. Today you'll have it. The final word of the season is done and dusted. Like the last day of school, isn't it? We're just winging it.
It's just because there's nothing on it, and we haven't done anything, have we? We finished 8th. We've won more games than last season, or we've scored more goals. We conceded less, and there's all of that. Things. The progress has been made tangibly. Last season we were all a bit depressed at this stage because what was going to happen and blah de blah, and we all feel a lot happier, I would say, than we did 12 months ago, and with everyone looking at the summer and going, what can we do?
There's green shoots, isn't there? There's green shoots.
Massive.
Of recovery. Now it's up to them to go and get themselves, there's no World Cup, there's no Euros, okay, there's a couple of players who are going to play in the Copa America.
The Nations Cup final.
Well, that's over a weekend, isn't it, essentially, at the beginning of June, or the first week in June. So they've got plenty of time now to put the plan
into place,
and
see where we go.
But you know what? We'll be covering it all on Toffee TV, especially Patreon, where we'll be live Monday to Thursday, 5 o'clock, live at 5. We will be discussing all the latest rumours, transfers, kits, pre-season fixtures, Premier League fixtures.
They're out in a month, aren't they? Yeah. 13th of June.
All that every single day, except Fridays, because we have Fridays off.
Unless something breaks on Friday.
And if it does, we'll be straight in here. If something's breaking on a Friday, we'll be in here. No 3-day weekend for us that day.
There you go. Well, it's not really a 3-day normally, because we end up filming and recording and editing.
No, it's not. In the season, it's not.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Oh, for the. It's going to be very interesting this summer, so let's hope.
It is.
Marcel is on it.
Give this video a like if you've liked it. It really does help the channel. No, honestly, it does. It's not like an ego thing. It really helps tell YouTube that you like this video, and therefore it will direct more people it thinks will like this video to watch these videos, essentially. So it does. It does help. Subscribe as well. That does the same thing. That does the same thing. That's saying to people, again, it's not an ego thing. That's saying to YouTube, you're an Evertonian, you like this, let's go and tell other Evertonians about it, which helps the channel. And again, as I say, join us on Patreon if you haven't already. You might think this is, it's the season's over. This is big time now. When pre-season is like, where it's all going off.
Pre-season's the most exciting thing.
It's the best part of the year, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Play without any pressure.
But the point being is that we want, if we get the pre-season right, then in the season we'll be playing without pressure, and it'll all be fun then as well.
Exactly.
Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you later.